What is the best Blue Note reissue series by Toshiba EMI? Hi, this is Takashi Nohara from Jazz Blues Japan. Yes, today I just want to talk about the Toshiba EMI, and as you know, and I have already talked about many times about the history of Blue Note reissues here in Japan, starting with the Toshiba EMI and the King record, and then back to the Toshiba EMI. Yeah, that kind of thing, and yeah, King record reissues are great, but what about the Toshiba EMI? What's the best Blue Note reissues by the Toshiba EMI? And okay, talking about the history of Blue Note reissues by Toshiba EMI in the late 60s, I think it should be around 69, 68, around that time. That's the time Toshiba EMI got the license to issue the Blue Note titles here in Japan. But I don't know, because of the just little bit of licensing issue at that time in the late 60s, they were not able to reissue the full albums, full albums. So what they did at that time is that they just they started importing the Liberty, pressings, the U.S. pressings, from the U.S. to here in Japan, and they put the kind of sometimes obi on those sleeves of Liberty pressings, and liner notes, the inserts in Japanese, and sold them. That's what they did at that time, and that continued until the mid 70s, I guess. And also at the same time, they reissued just a single, EP series of Blue Note titles, like Art Blakey's Morning, Lee Morgan's Sidewinder, those popular songs on the EP, small EP series. And later on in the early 70s, they started reissuing the full album and the series. The first series of those Blue Note reissues is called NR series. And I don't know how many titles Toshiba EMI at that time reissued Blue Note titles. Not many, mainly BLP 15, 100 series. That's the early 70s. And after that, they reissued Blue Note titles with the serial called LNJ. LNJ, that's the popular title of Blue Note reissues by Toshiba EMI, right? And that is the mid 70s. And after that, as you know, the license was transferred from Toshiba EMI and to King Record. And all of you guys know that King Record at that time in the late 70s, after the early 80s, they reissued great series, GXF, GXK, and the Blue Note unissued Masa series, K18P series, and the rest, and also the premium, Blue Note reissue series, until again, the license was transferred from the King Record back to the Toshiba EMI in the mid 80s. And Toshiba EMI at that time in the mid 80s, they started reissuing again like crazy, with the BNJ series. Yes, I just picked up some samples here. This is the Dexter Gordon Go, right? As you can see the jacket. Sorry, there is an insert, but yes, yeah, Go by Dexter Gordon. And BNJ series, what is distinct about BNJ series is that at that time they reissued those titles of Blue Note with shrink, and also the round Blue Note sticker like this one. Sorry, it should be, at the time of the release, there was a shrink, and on the shrink there was this round sticker around here. So that's one thing. And also, if you look at the insert, they put the insert like mini booklet type insert, like this one. Yeah. And that is one type. And there is another one, like this one. Yes, they put obi. This is the same BNJ series, but with obi. And also, if you look at the insert, I think insert is the same as the round sticker type of BNJ series, like this. So the insert is the same as the round sticker type. This is the Lou Donaldson Swing and Soul. And if you look at this one, Lou Donaldson Swing and Soul, this is not a BNJ. This is BLP 1566. They use the the same serial as the Blue Note, original Blue Note, BLP 1566 with the Swing and Soul. This one. But the if you look at the sleeve, they used the round sticker and a shrink. Although this particular copy doesn't have the shrink, but there was a round sticker on the shrink. Those series, BNJ series and the BLP, like this, Donaldson, were manufactured in the mid 80s. I think up to around 88 or something, 87, 88. Yeah, BNJ and the BLP series, and they reissued many titles at that time, and amazingly, the pressing quality is very good, very good, and also the sound quality, I think, is very good. And talking about the sound quality and the pressing quality, and many jazz collectors here in Japan and also the outside of Japan love LNJ series in the mid 70s, right? I have a sample here. This one, the Sidewinder, right? This is LNJ in the mid 70s. I also love LNJ series, but the difference between this LNJ series and BNJ series in the mid 80s and the BLP series in the mid 80s is that the pressing quality both is very good, but the sound, I should not say the sound quality, but the type of the sound is, I think, quite different. Yes, if you look at the LNJ series, the sound quality is very good, and kind of balancing everything. Yeah, good. But I think the overall sound is a kind of moderate and not dynamic, really. To me, with some titles like Something Else and Eric Dolphy, Outdoor Lunch, and some others, a little bit quieter titles and albums, I prefer LNJ. Very good, yeah, very good. But with the dynamic songs and tracks and albums like the Sidewinder, I prefer these BNJ BNJ series like this, or BLP series like this. And I was told by some of my friends who are jazz collectors here in Japan that back in the mid 70s, LNJ series, LNJ series era, the engineers who did the mastering at that time were not jazz lovers. by themselves. So they maybe, that's an assumption, right? That's an assumption, but they maybe did not know the RBG sound at that time. So the sound becomes a little bit compact and not dynamic. But the King record, I'm sure those engineers who did the mastering of those great series, they also know the jazz music. And Toshiba EMI at that time, at the time they took over the license of the Blue Note in the mid 80s, I think they knew that the King record reissues were very popular because of the sound quality. So they just wanted to make a revenge. That's what I assume. That's why they put the engineers who know the jazz music and did the mastering of those BNJ series and the BLP series in the mid 80s. And remember, I also recently talked about the golden era of jazz music reissue here in Japan. 70s and the mid 80s. That's the time that the jazz records were made with high quality in terms of the sound quality and the pressing quality. So to me, this is my conclusion. Overall, talking about the Toshiba EMI Blue Note reissues, I love the BNJ series and the BLP series like this. Yes, the round sticker reissues, BNJ and the BLP series round sticker, and also BNJ series with Obi. I think very good reissue series by Toshiba EMI. I think the BNJ and the BLP in the mid 80s, I think are the best by Toshiba EMI. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you like it. Of course, LNJ series are also good with particular titles to compare to the BNJ in the mid 80s. But that's my opinion. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and I always appreciate you guys for supporting us, doing business with us, and also I just keep praying, wishing you guys, family members, co-workers, everybody to be safe in this pandemic situation. Please continue staying safe. God bless, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.